Welcome back to the Habs podcast, guys. Welcome back to a brand new video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. And today we're doing a trade deadline preview um episode.
Yeah, so there have been a lot of trades today, a lot of blockbusters between with big players who have been traded to new teams who are trying to contend. So it's been quite a fascinating day, and we're gonna talk about the trades that happened, and then we're gonna talk about the Habs. Also, what do we think they should do at the deadline, and we will talk also about the players available and which teams should go after them. So let's start by reviewing the trade. First of all, there was a huge trade today between the Ottawa Senators and the Florida Panthers. Vladimir Tarasenko is going to Florida in exchange of a conditional fourth round pick in 2024 and a 2025 third round pick. What are your thoughts on this trade?
Man, what did also Ottawa thinking? Like what are you doing, man?
Yeah,
Like you just gave a Tarasenko a 60-point pace guy. I understand he's a free agent, but like bro, at least get a second round pick, bro. You just got a third and a fourth for Tarasenko.
yeah, and also
Like
I think it's a waste of retention spot. Like I understand that that he wanted to go play in Florida and yet he had a no movement clause, but like at the same time, like just like don't trade him for that return. Like this is absolutely nothing for a guy that was on pace for 60 points. It's completely ridiculous. I saw Sens fans on Twitter and on social medias they were saying, "Oh, Tarasenko's fetching us a first," and no, instead they only get a third and a fourth round pick. I think they should have just I know Tarasenko had a lot to say in this trade, but also like they should have at least like tried to get something better or like play hardball with Florida and him. I have a feeling like they let him go too easily, and I don't think that return is really worth it, and I don't think it's good for the culture of the franchise in general.
yeah, man, I really don't understand the trade by Ottawa, and I honestly don't know what direction they're going.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if they're trying to rebuild or retool or win now. Like, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, but it was a great trade for the Panthers. However, man, Tarasenko's gonna help them so
Yeah,
much. They're first in the league, and he's gonna help their top six. Just crazy stuff, man. Panthers must be hyped because they actually can go on a cup run now.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Panthers are looking really good right now.
Yeah. So next up, there was another trade between the Edmonton Oilers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Anaheim Ducks. Henrique is going to Edmonton, and so is Sam Carrick, goalie T.Y. Taylor, a 2024 seventh round pick. Tampa, they receive for retaining 25% of Henrique's contract, they receive a 2025 fourth round pick. And Anaheim, who retains 50% of Henrique's contract, get a 2024 first round pick and a conditional 2025 fifth round pick. So, what are your thoughts on this trade?
Listen, I really like this trade for Edmonton, even though I feel like they should have pursued for a defenseman.
Yeah, I agree.
I really think their center depth right now is the best in the league. You have McDavid, Draisaitl, and Adam Henry. That's like really, I think, by far the best center depth in the league. But I really like this for the Ducks too. Like, why not? You just got a first round pick for a guy that is not gonna help you for your rebuild. Um, I mean, like in a way, like he's not gonna be a part of that rebuild, and to be honest, like he's really a good depth guy for Edmonton. He was on, I think, on pace for 50 points this season. Um and yeah, I really like this trade for both teams, and Tampa Bay came out of nowhere and just got a fourth round pick to retain. So yeah, pretty much a interesting trade.
Yeah. And I think for Edmonton, I wouldn't have gone after Adam Henrique. Like you said, I would have gone for maybe a top four defenseman like Chris Tanev,
Yeah,
maybe Rashan Walker,
yeah,
or even Noah Hanifin. But at the end of the day, I think it's
yeah.
better than nothing for Edmonton. And like you said, I think now they're going to have the best center depth in the league. They also get Sam Carrick, who's a fourth liner. He can fight, he's a fighter. So maybe like he's a scratch and then he comes up a few games if Edmonton wants to play aggressive. But yeah, the main piece is Henrik. I think it's Henrik's just so underrated, man, because he's a good two-way forward, and he was on the worst team in the league, and he was still a positive plus and minus. And like you said, he was on pace for 60 points. So I think that's a great pickup for Edmonton. And yeah, really good center depth now with McDavid, Draisaitl, and Henrique. And Tampa Bay retained 25%, got a fourth round pick. I think that's good for them because Tampa Bay has a lot of cap space to take on contracts because with Sergachev injured, they have 9 million. So even with that retention, it's like a free asset for a potential trade. And for Anaheim, I think, like you said, it's just great for them to get a first round pick. Henrique would have probably walked in the summer anyways, enter in last place in the league. So, like, why not?
Yeah, and now let's move on to the next trade that happened between Philadelphia and Colorado. Philadelphia received Ryan Johansson and a conditional first round pick in 2025. And Colorado received Sean Walker, a great defenseman, and a 2026 fixed round pick. What are your thoughts on this?
Wow, I think this is great for the Avs. I think a lot of people are saying Philadelphia robbed the Avalanche in this trade, but I don't really agree. I think it's just amazing for the Avalanche. They dumped Ryan Johansson and replaced him. We're going to talk about that later with Casey Mittlestadt. And
Yeah,
it's
man.
also important for them to get Sean Walker. He's a great defensive defenseman. And for Philadelphia, obviously dating back to the Provorov trade, they got a first round pick, but they also got a Sean Walker. And at the time, Shen Walker didn't look really good. He would have probably he was probably worth like a fourth back then, but now he was worth a first with the good season he's having. So like great asset management by Daniel Briere. I was a little surprised they put Ryan Johansson on waivers, because like
Yeah, me too.
yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty good trade. So yeah, Edmonton, I mean Colorado, like you said, they dumped him for now. Casey Middlestad here, and they give Bowen Byram to Buffalo. Wow, what a trade that was! What
Wow.
are your thoughts on this trade?
What a blockbuster. This one definitely surprised me. Like, wow, that was an amazing trade. I mean, probably the biggest trade of the day. Two young players, with both getting a change of scenery. I was just like, this blew up the internet, man. It was crazy. So I think the Avs win this trade, and I think they win it like, but not by far, but by a pretty wide margin. Because I think like the Avs, it's crazy. They finally got their two center like that they needed because Ryan Johansson has been really underperforming this season, and Keith Mittelstad's not old either. He's only 25 years old, and he's on pace for 60 points, and he also had 60 points last year. And I think Byram, first of all, he's just too much injury history, in recent years, and I just don't really like his defensive game either. And also, I think it makes no sense for Buffalo. They now have like three right defensemen of the future, Darlene, Power, Byram. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think this is gonna
exactly.
work out for them. Like, I just don't know. I'm not a big fan of Byram's development. I think this benefits the Avs so much more. And I think after those two trades, Colorado, they proved they can win without having a good goalie. Because like Kemper had like a 900 save percentage when they won the cup, and now having a great defense by also adding Walker and getting a good two center finally, that's gonna replace a little bit Kadri. I think that's so amazing for them, and they set themselves for a potential cup run.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. Yeah, great trade for both ends.
Yeah. So now let's move on for another trade that happened. So the Seattle Kraken got a 2004 second round pick, a conditional 2025 fourth round pick for Alex Wennberg, who's going the New York Rangers way. So, so what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
this?
so like Wennberg, I think it's gonna be a okay forward for the New York Rangers. Like, why not to add depth? And for Seattle, you get a second round pick, and a fourth round pick. So pretty much, like, I don't know really what to say on this trade, but I think it's okay to the New York Rangers to get a little bit of depth on the offensive end.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Wenberg, he's going to be a great 3C for New York. Obviously Alex Wenberg's no Adam Henrique, but I think it's better
Yeah.
than nothing for New York to do this. They need a third center. I think Alex Wenberg is very good defensively too. So I think it's worth it to give up that. And for the Kraken, great pick for a pending free agent also. Second round pick and a fourth round pick. So yeah, overall, I think pretty fair deal for both teams. So yeah, no, maybe not the big splash the New York Rangers wanted, but still, like you said, a good depth piece.
hmm
So now,
So now, yeah. Noah Hanifin apparently got traded, acquired by Vegas, but we don't know the return.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
this just not happening. We don't know what's the return, but still, man, this is insane. Like Vegas, how can they keep getting away with this? 2 years in a row, they put Mark Stone on LTIR, and last year he came back for exactly game one of the playoffs. Like, I swear to God, if this guy comes back for game one of the playoffs, this is completely ridiculous for Vegas, and this is like pure cheating. You know, if any young guys are watching this video, like, don't cheat like Vegas. Like, this is ridiculous. But anyways, I think this is a great pickup for them, and they already had like the best defense in the league, or one of the best in the league. Well, at least last season when they won the cup. But now you have Theodore, Pietrangelo, Noah Hannafin, Alec Martinez, Braden McNabb. Like, that is an insane defense. It's gonna help them
yeah,
so much. But still, like, I don't really like the way they're doing. And they also got Anthony Manta. I think they're a great team, but
yeah,
like they keep finding ways to circumvent the cap.
yeah. I mean, like you said, man, like what is going on? I feel like Gary Bettman should like I feel like when a player is placed on the LTR, they should like investigate more.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, like the league, and like to be honest, like yeah, they got Anthony Manta. I know he's not been having like the best season, but like why not? He's gonna help them in the depth of Vegas, and like it's gonna help them to make a cup run.
Yeah, no, I think yeah, it's Hanifin was for me the second biggest name on the market, and it's just like absolutely great for Vegas. Like, they want to go back to back. I'm really surprised by this though. This was really not expected. We heard a lot about Tampa trying to get him and
Yeah,
him wanting to go to Tampa, so this is surprising. But anyways, let's wait for the return though before commenting on this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you said, let's wait for the return. We never know. To be honest, like what do you think they gave up? I want to know. What do you think they
I,
gave up? Like
I
what
mean,
did Calgary?
I think it's gonna have to be a first round pick. Like, if you want to get Noah Hanifin,
Yeah,
he's totally worth a first round pick. Like, I watched him one time against the Oilers. I thought he had a great game. He had 3 points and he handled McDavid and Draisaitl. So he's just like an amazing two-way defenseman. I think his value is like it's gonna cost a lot. I think. So I think the return's gonna be like at least one first, but I also think they're gonna give up like a top prospect. I'm not really aware like right now without looking up anything like which are Vegas top prospects, but like I know this is gonna cost a first and a prospect and other picks. What about you? What do you think?
yeah, like you said, man, I feel like he's very like not yeah, underrated. He could handle guys like McDavid, and he like has offensive touch to his game. So I really think a first should be the price for Vegas. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what they got, because like they haven't posted yet, but I'm very curious to see.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by this, but for sure he's gonna be really useful for Vegas. I wanted to say I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah,
But yeah, guys, yeah. So we'll see you guys in part two, where we're gonna talk more about the market.
yeah. So thank you
Yeah.
very
So
much.
thank you guys. Subscribe and like this video.